You are with the Omega Level Nerds. Dsquare. I want to know if he ever tells you to get in the chopper. Get in it now. Come kill me. I'm here. J100.
Her. Yeah, she was.
I can holler at her. I gotta fight Cyclops and Wolverine to get that Jean Grey. Never mind, forget all that. I'm gonna hit up.
Right, exactly.
Jelly Rose.
But I'm very, very looking forward to a Doctor Doom that does not suck. I'm actually looking forward to more figures since I do collect them.
And Volsker. Naked.
You know what's funny is I was about to say, could it be that Marvel Girl looks like she's trying to get Twitch viewers?
Yeah, exactly. Are gonna get real nerdy for you real nerds. The Omega Level Nerds ride tonight. How's everyone doing? Great to be with you. Omega Level Nerd Dsquare here. We've got a great show lined up for you today. We're definitely going to be getting in the weeds here, but before we do, I want to talk a little bit about the WandaVision trailer and why I'm excited. And then we've been chronicling this next-gen console war between Sony and Microsoft. We had the initial attack, the counter-punch, and of course, now Microsoft comes in with the right hook, so we will get into that as well. Also, I'm very excited I got a chance to interview Kane Marco, otherwise known as the Juggernaut. Of course, he had a brand new comic book series launch recently, so we will get into that a little bit. Then we'll, of course, get into the weeds with the X of Swords that just kicked off, among other things. Look at what comic books are coming out this week for you Wednesday warriors, and end it all with what you're reading, playing, or watching. But before we get into that, hello, Omega Level Nerds. I want to see how you guys been. Jelly Rose, how's your week? How's everything going?
Pretty fantastic. We finally got our appraisal done, so it's just like waiting for the results.
Well, not everybody talk at once, I guess, right? I'm going good. It's been a kind of a stressful week. I don't know. I guess the internet landscape that I exist in is just really tough, because I would love to play games and hang out and have fun. But there's like real stuff going on in the world that I'm actually pretty knowledgeable about that. I can, play and, be informed and learn about stuff, all at the same time. And then that turns into a road because, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just really tough, and I got to figure out how to get over that hump. But outside of that, it's just been a week trying to cram in some Borderlands as much as possible. But that's it for me.
Yeah, I've been watching that. I'm actually kind of, I don't know, there's something about vehicles like that really, I don't know, I might give it a try here. And Volsker, what's up with you, man? How's the week been going?
It's been one of those weeks, actually. Like,
yeah, everyone's had a week.
Yeah. I mean, I will say today got a little bit better, but let me give you guys a little story before we start here. So,
Oh, wow.
as a man, I have manly needs. Being a single, I'm a bachelor, gotta have some fun, okay?
Yeah.
Well, I decided to hit up an ex last week.
Oh, that's not ever good.
Oh.
Well, we hung out Monday. I feel like I got catfished like a motherfucker.
Oh boy, is that picture a little bit dated?
I'm talking about fucking MySpace voodoo out of the ass. And what's worse is the fact that she's in my house, so I feel like I have to take one for the team.
Oh.
So I'm like, shit. I'm talking about, like, I was like, the next fucking morning, I was like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. We need to leave our past in the past. Have a good life. Peace out.
How
And
long ago
I'm sorry,
X
Volsker.
was
That
that?
sucks.
Like,
That
to
sucks.
where you were like seeing a picture on like Facebook or something and then like confused, or like how long ago was it the last time you actually saw this person?
Um, what, shortly after I took over the apartment this side, so about 3-4 years. Night and day. Night and day. I'm
That's
talking about what? Like, ah,
And
I,
like, listen, Volsker, I'm pretty, and just to be like a bro right now, right? I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure that you're not shallow, but there are things that
Mm,
you are looking for when you're looking
yes.
to hang or be with somebody, right? And what was presented was what was, acceptable, and that's what you agreed upon, and then it wasn't that, right?
Yeah, and that's
Okay,
pretty much it. Like
all right.
when we dated, completely different. No, like literally nothing in common anymore. She does
Yeah.
not look like she used to, nor she does in a picture. Like it's just, but
So it's like
on a
she
more
hasn't changed her profile picture probably in like 3-4 years.
angles, angles.
Yeah, well, or that's
Um,
if like I posted, like my senior picture or something. There's going to be a real
yeah.
big cliff dropping off there.
See, for me, I
Um,
look the same. I still look like
Yeah.
I did when I was in 8th grade. I just got a beard now, long hair.
Oh my.
same here. And
Interesting.
outside of that, you guys know my main desktop's still down because I'm going into week 2 of trying to get this fucking GPU because the stupid paper launch and shit is crazy. I literally had it 3 times, error
Wow.
checking out, couldn't add it to cart, fell asleep, and between that 5 minutes I fell asleep, it was right there readily available.
Hmm.
And then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go have Taco Bell on Thursday or Wednesday night. It was one of those. Literally got
You
back
had
5
it though?
minutes. Yeah, it was in my cart. Couldn't check out. One, I couldn't get in my cart because the system crashes. Like, oh, like welcome to COVID PC
Yeah.
launches.
So do you
I mean,
regret
I
selling
did
your other
hear
one?
there were some problems with it though.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some companies that cut some corners that they're saying. Now it's still running, but what they use is they use cheap capacitors. So what's doing is they left the system overclocking beyond what it can mechanically handle. So they have to be able to downclock it. But looking at companies like Asus, EVGA, and the Founders Edition, there's absolutely none of those problems right now, which is good. But those are the ones that are selling out like fucking no other. Go figure. Um, and then outside of that, the Browns won today. So that's always at least a positive for the
Oh.
weekend.
Jeez, of course, of course. We
I
almost
mean,
won. We kind of won in a.
You didn't lose.
Yes, there you go. We didn't lose.
yeah, we know how that feels. Remember when we had that with the Steelers?
We did. We
Even though,
did.
no, I say because of what that last drive was at the end of the game, we did lose. All we had to do was stop fucking Carson Wentz one goddamn time, and it'd
Yeah.
have been over. Couldn't do that.
Take his knee out. You know, he's folding like a fucking piece of paper.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, we do got to prove that we're still nerds here. So let's get off the NFL talk. Jelly, though, I didn't. So did you get your house appraisal, though? So was it good? Are you good to go or what?
We're still kind of waiting on it. And
Yeah.
it's like they said it could take up to a week, and it's like, we're still crossing our fingers that it's the amount that we need, because if it's not the amount that we need, then we can't get the loan.
Right.
Because even though we only want this much of our house value, we have to take a loan for this much for some reason and just put it back on and pay it. Like, it's just stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
All because everybody's getting loans right now and they don't know who's gonna pay and who's not gonna pay. And it's like, I ain't them. That's their problem and your problem for giving them a loan.
Yeah. Yeah. Adulting sucks. That's all there is to it.
Wrong there.
All right. All right. Well, let's get out of. I mean, well, it's still adult world, but let's move on to some lighter topics here, make us feel a little bit better, at least for me. So, did you guys check out the WandaVision trailer?
Yes.
All right, awesome.
Mhm.
So really, there's really only one thing that I was excited about, but I'm really excited about it because it has massive implication, and it's the fact that during that trailer, they had twins. And if Wanda and Vision have twins, probably something's going to happen to them, and probably going to be like a House of M thing. I'm pretty sure we're going to get that. Not saying it's going to be season 1. These shows are supposed to be in the same universe as the MCU, so it could branch off to a House of M, but House of M is coming. That's what I'm excited about, is what I saw in that trailer led me to believe that House of M is coming in the future. Didn't it?
MCU
What I
version,
got
at
out of
least.
it is that she's going fucking nuts because, a couple things that were said, a couple things that you've seen, it seemed like she's in her own essentially virtual reality because she
Yeah.
can't take the real reality. So it's like, is she going to manifest Vision herself? Is this all just an illusion?
Yeah.
What's happening to her right now, because, we know in that universe that he doesn't exist, he's dead. So, it concerns me to future, timelines, or if she's going to kind of like melt down herself, or if, um, she does make him
Yeah.
to, then make children, etc. So like, I'm interested to see kind of what route it's going to be, but so far it just seems like she's stuck in her own mind reality.
Well, she even started breaking down in the trailer when they were asking them, like when they were telling the story about how they met and everything, and she just kept
Yeah.
repeating like a broken record, which I'm assuming is like almost like an anxiety attack. Like she just starts losing it. But the throwback to their comic accurate
Yeah.
costumes, it's fucking great. Even Visions, man, people are making Halloween costume memes because of
Yeah. That's exactly what it looks like. They're doing it for like Halloween, but yeah, it's cute that they're giving the throwbacks to the actual comic uniforms.
When it comes to Vision and uh Scarlet Witch, as far as like their comic personas, I personally don't know as much as I would like to. So I'm probably gonna get into that on my own. Find some time for that before the series comes out. But um the near the end, when it started showing like, parts of like the show, um that looked really, really interesting. And if it does go towards some dark some deeper, darker Marvel arc that we're familiar with, but like, the MCU TV version, or whatever you want to call it, I think that'd be great, because the one thing that I am kind of getting like antsy about is that, like, start phase 4 already, goddamn it.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Start this
Yeah.
shit. See some shit.
they just
And
have a bunch of delays on that.
right. Well, true. But you know, uh it being really into TV, and instead of having Agents of Shield and make that connect, and like Agent Carter and stuff like that, make that connect, it's gonna be like the actual characters now, which is, kind of what I dreamed what would happen with like Iron
Yeah.
Man or some shit later
Yeah,
on,
absolutely.
But that dude did, so we ain't worried about that. But
always-
I like where
You
it's
can always
going.
get a Riri show. You never know.
True. That's
And I think
true.
that'd be badass because then you can have him be the AI, which would be fucking
Yeah,
sweet.
they totally could do that, but it really does seem like he's just done with it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, cheap voiceover work. Monica Rambeau was in this trailer, so she's going to be a big part of it. With her being the one that's kind of trying to get Wanda to understand that this thing, this reality that she has created is fucking up the real reality as well. So that was really, really interesting. And then that part where the lady's like, "Am I dead?" And Vision's like, "No, you're cool. Why? Why do you think you're dead?" And she's like, "'Cause you are." So yeah, like, that's another twist that, like, okay, is this fully reality or not? So interesting show. I mean, the whole Wanda and Vision thing is wacky comic book stuff, and I was really surprised that they started to go the romantic route in the Avengers movie, and then they're going full tilt with it. But I'm glad they are, because now we've got these twins, which in the comics, these twins aren't real. And that's what makes Wanda freak out, is when they're gone, poof, and that's what makes her do the no more mutants thing. So yeah, I am really excited.
Do you think Multiverse of Madness might be kind of like what they did with Thor Ragnarok, almost contain House of M type shit? Because this leads directly into that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they blended Planet Hawk and Ragnarok together, so I'm sure they
They
can
did.
blend something like...
They could. I mean, it's a pretty heavy event. Honestly, it may not be something that happens for years. If they're going to continue this show, but I don't know. It could. I mean, because it is an alternate reality, so it's something that they could dive into and still be able to be like, and this really doesn't matter because, boom, here's the real X-Men. But who? Yeah. I mean, you would think they would introduce more of the X-Men before to do something like this, but let's face it, everybody already knows. You really do.
Feige has a plan.
There you go. There you go. All right, well, speaking about plans, Microsoft's got some plans. In fact, they've already done some of it, and whether this is in direct response to what Sony did, but nonetheless, they have bought Bethesda for $7.5 billion. So yeah, Bethesda is the publisher of games like Elder Scrolls, Doom, and Fallout, and also has at least 2 titles slated for the debut next year. So yeah, that is pretty big. Now, word has it that any sort of exclusivity agreements they will honor.
There's 2.
Okay.
They altered it to timed exclusive, so they're no longer console exclusive.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, if you want your Skyrim remastered 5th time edition, you'll have to have an Xbox.
And you have to think about it, like, whether you're not a fan of Xbox or you are, let's be honest, this past gen, they got their ass fucking handed by Sony. They went into the Xbox One vision wanting to be multimedia station for the family. They forced to connect. They didn't have a fucking image. Sony went in and was like, we're a game console. Peace out. And then now they have this hard-hitting Game Pass that now they're getting partnering with Funimation. So you're also getting subscriptions for Funimation for periods of time. You're getting EA Play, your PC, and now all Bethesda and ZeniMax games are going to be eventually on there, and day of release they're on there. Like, they're at this point, they're fucking swinging for the fences. And I think, do I want more exclusives? No. But would it be smart for Sony to go, hey, we have some of the best-selling franchises ever in the history of video games. Now you have to own a PC or Xbox. Oh, you want a PC? Now you have to pay us for the Game Pass. We win no matter what. So I think it's a brilliant fucking move.
That's fun.
I personally, being I guess a part of, I guess all of us are old enough for this, but being part of the console wars for the last 25 years, I mean, those are when it really kind of mattered for the last 25 years, I would say, from the PlayStation and
Yeah,
64 and stuff
PlayStation
like that.
64.
Because like Genesis and Super Nintendo and stuff like that, it wasn't really. I mean, it was a war, but like not really.
Oh, Nintendo kicked
Oh,
their
you don't
ass.
remember the Genesis does what Nintendo don't? You don't remember that? And they used to get on there.
I mean, I
blast
do, but
processing, make all this shit up.
like I don't know. I don't feel like it was the same as when PlayStation came out, right? PlayStation really made you decide what are you gonna buy. So it's a hot take. Ready? These game companies, the developers and the IPs and the all that stuff. They're it's like ultimate like bust your ass more at work so you can buy all this shit, bitch. That's what it is to me.
Yeah.
And like I got sick of when I first started streaming, I got sick of having the console war conversation. It was kind of like the favorite Final Fantasy. I hate that fucking conversation. Just tell me the one you like. There is no best one, okay? Because there's so many that it really doesn't matter. So just tell me
Right.
what you like and why, and then don't have arguments about. So when it comes to the consoles, I'm getting to the point now where it's like, I am a Sony guy because I have been since '95, but I've had Xbox 360s and I've had I haven't had an Xbox One, but I've had Xboxes, Xbox 360s, I've had
PC with
Wii's,
Windows.
I've had Wii U's at my house, stuff like that. I have PC now, all kind of stuff. So there is a way, technically, if you put your heart, mind, effort, labor, and gumption in there, to have all of these. You can get you a used Xbox One X,
Exactly.
in the summertime and
Or
pay a
Series
lot less.
S.
You know what I mean? Or you could save up and buy some computer parts and get the pass, but have the PlayStation 5, because that's what I'm seeing that I'm gonna have to do in order to do some of these things. Now, luckily for me, I do not like Bethesda. It's not that I don't like Bethesda because I think it's bad and I'm console warring and no. Me and Bethesda games don't mix. I don't like the feel. Me personally, I'm not hating on them. They're just not for me. I tried Fallout so many times. I can't
I played
do
Doom.
it. I don't want to do it. So
You know what?
that one doesn't bother me as much. But for some of these other things that I'm seeing, if Microsoft is going to buy Bethesda like this, what else do you think the rest of these companies are going to be doing in the future?
Oh well,
So
they
it's just going to be a thing where you just got to bust your ass.
Like
They
were like, they came out right after the CEO. I don't remember, the Middle Eastern guy. He was like, "Oh, by the way, we're not done," and just walked out of the interview. So I think next they're going for a Japanese studio, because where have they always sucked? Japan.
They're always gonna suck because Japan doesn't like the fact that it's an American. This is all ebbs and flows because Jay mentioned the amount of time we've been alive, and so I've seen the industry go from exclusive being the thing, with like Nintendo and Genesis, and then right around the PlayStation 3 era, Wii era, it's like, oh well, they started getting cross-platform, really. And then now, I don't know, it's like everything's going back to exclusivity.
True, but there's one big difference. At least Microsoft and finally Sony, now they're embracing cross-platform gameplay, though.
Right.
That is huge, because we've never had that back in the day.
Yeah. But yeah, to Jay's point though, like, I'm not one of those people that have to have the latest and greatest. I'm not. And I've somehow ended up with, I've always got a halfway decent a PC machine, not like super crazy good, just decent. A Sony, and I've owned all the Sonys. I've owned every Xbox instead of 360. and I've owned the Wii U. I mean, honestly, the only Nintendo system I didn't like completely rock out on was the N64, and I thought because the PlayStation was just way better. So
Much
I'm saying
better.
that's where we were different because I love the 64. Like I love the PlayStation, but I always had the 64. The only one that I really didn't enjoy was the GameCube for Nintendo.
the GameCube's certainly not my favorite, but that I don't know, that had some cool shit.
It was
But
adorable.
yeah, the girlfriends liked it. So yeah. And also with Jay, I'm not a big Bethesda guy either. I'm really like I love Elder Scrolls 3. I played the shit out of that game. I liked Oblivion,
I
but
have 400 hours in Skyrim,
and
Who
of
does?
course,
and
really, she said, yeah.
that was that
Holy
was
shit!
I've
that
tried.
was just on the 360 version. I'm pretty sure that didn't
Yeah.
include when I bought it on the Xbox One.
Damn.
I don't know what it
I
is
really
about that
like
game.
that
I
game.
can't. Yeah.
And Hubs has probably played it for 200 hours and never completed the main storyline.
Yeah, if you're a sandbox person, not saying that you are,
I
but if you,
wander and get lost, and then I
yeah,
have to pick up everything, and then I can't put anything down despite moving like
yeah,
that because I have to have everything that I
you're
find.
over encumbered.
I filled an entire house up with just bowls. It was great.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's why people like that game, because you can do cool shit. I don't know. I mean, I've actually tried it twice, and just found reasons why I was just like this. I'm just not interested in the world. I don't know why. Everyone loves it. I don't know. Like I played Elder Scrolls because you could kind of break the game and make all sorts of potions and stuff to give you like 1,000 points of strength and make you run fast. I don't know. But hey, nonetheless though, that is big that Microsoft now holds the Bethesda keys. Because yeah, people are going to be looking for the next big
Doom.
Elder Scrolls.
Fucking
Yeah.
Doom. I think Doom is the best out of all those that they got, honestly. I love those fucking games.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy Doom. Like I played it, but I was literally motion sick.
Oh.
Like it, yeah.
It is fast paced, yeah.
It's very, very fast paced, and
you
it
can
kind
like
of
swing
sucked you
and
in.
shit.
And then it was kind of like, okay, I need to go throw up now.
Oh, and another one you forgot, D. Wolfenstein. They own Wolfenstein now too.
Yeah, I don't know if I consider that a heavy hitter though. I mean, get what you're saying about Doom. Like I don't.
Jake.
Oh no.
Oh, peekaboo.
Yep, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, no
He's
problem.
back like Joe Burrow.
That's right.
I got knocked out for a play. I'm back.
All right. Well, so I mean, just real quick then, is anybody going to buy an Xbox or not going to buy an Xbox based off of this announcement?
I'm not buying any of them for a minute. Like,
No, that's going to be my play. I'm not, my Volsker there,
I'm not gonna
he's the
buy it when
pioneer.
it first comes out because there's always problems with the first ones to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna wait till maybe the second Black Friday, and if they're even still doing that, because I'm pretty sure they called that off this year. Are they just gonna do like online
Walmart's doing
sales?
something special. They haven't announced.
They'll do something.
I mean, they started doing everything online the last like year, anyways. You just sit there and you click a whole bunch of times, and then you're like, yes, I got it first. That's what I did with the freaking.
God damn it! Get in my cart. It's literally what I'm doing with the
Pops.
3080. Like,
well, you ain't doing it right, and you want to know why?
Right?
Because you're probably using your laptop and not the computer that you disassembled, so it probably doesn't work as well.
Yeah, I have my phone, my Switch, and I have Discord pulled up with Discord alerts that I have Reddit scrolling live. Like, I'm sitting there hacking. Like, I'm working.
Hilarious.
Oh shit, they went live.
So here's my plan. I'm gonna go, hey mom, your grandkids want this.
Got
That's how I'm gonna get the systems.
Nice.
That's what I do with the Xbox One and the Switch. So,
Do it.
and the only reason why I got a PlayStation is because I took it from my. Well, I didn't take it. She left it here, but my brother's girlfriend left her PlayStation here because she doesn't have internet.
Mm.
So I have one of each. Well, I mean, I have
Nice.
2 Xboxes and 2 Switches because my daughter somehow won a Switch, so we got 2 of those.
That's sweet.
Was
Yeah.
that like bowling competition or shit she won it?
Yeah.
Yeah, her kids are like badasses at bowling.
Nice. You know what might make me not though, but stop buying Xboxes like altogether. I hate the way they name their consoles. I am confused as shit right now.
You know what
PlayStation's
Xbox
we got
X?
the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How do you know which one's the latest one? You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We got the Xbox 7 Triple X.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Xbox cosine over tangent. Yeah.
Got the Pocket Rocket adapter on the side.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. They're getting
Better coin that shit.
fucking third Xbox called Xbox One.
Xbox X.
Xbox One X, Xbox One
Say
XXS.
Xbox sex.
Yeah, Xbox X. Like if you spell it out with just the initials.
Did you know
Yeah.
that one of the car companies, they named their cars S, then the E, then the X, and then the Y, so that all their models spelled sexy?
No.
I
That's
can't remember
hilarious.
which one it is, but
Yeah.
they did
Sexy,
that
and I know it.
so that all their little duper things spelled something. So it
Yeah.
makes me wonder, like, is Microsoft trying to like give us a hint, a code?
We'll have to decipher it.
Wink.
That's got to be the
Computer or
only
something?
explanation. It's got to be the only
What's
explanation.
the code? What are you guys trying to spell? All these X's and O's and S's and SOS. You guys need help?
Yeah. SOS, help us.
Hey, really, the coding just goes back to Bill Gates and the conspiracy theory where he's actually behind COVID. It's okay.
Oh, we're going back to that stuff.
Yeah. I'd rather not.
I think if I don't besides Halo, I really don't see a reason
Yeah.
I never even
to
enjoyed Halo.
to get one.
to be honest.
So
Titan-
I
Fable was
probably will do Game Pass.
Fable.
Stop pointing at me. That is rude.
Yeah.
Is Titanfall an Xbox exclusive?
No.
No.
One was.
Oh, no.
Was it?
One was two was everything.
I
Okay.
just loved that game. I bought it for him for $5.
That is
Didn't
a
even play it.
wonderful game.
Do
That
it.
game
Play it.
is completely got robbed of its prestige, and it's a great game.
Yeah, you know why?
was a
Because EA is a
camper.
piece of shit.
Mm.
EA goes,
Mm.
wait, we have Call of Duty, we have Battlefield. Where do we release Titanfall 2? Oh, literally a week between each fucking game.
Yeah, that was shitty marketing for sure.
And what was rated the best? That fucking game.
It really is nice.
Oh, the campaign of Titanfall 2 is one of the best campaigns I've played for a
Really?
shooter. Yeah, you fucking giant mechs, and you love Gundam and shit like mechs. Come on.
Do you
Turn
remember
on
the
the Xbox.
stage?
I do. I Titanfall.
Do you remember the stage where you fall down a tunnel and you literally you fall so far down the tunnel, then you have to switch time period, and you fall down a little bit more, then you switch back? Like, that game's awesome. There's some goofy time
It
travel
is.
shit.
It's fun to watch. For me, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
fun to watch though.
All right. Well, all right. So we'll see if Microsoft or Sony has any more moves in this next gen
Dance battle.
fisticuffs.
Let's go. I want to see Sony versus Xbox dance battle. Let's do
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, that's pretty much our main topics for tonight. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you guys an interview that I did with Kane Marco. Very, very excited. So, stand by. Yes. So we have a very exciting guest today. Kane Marco, also known as the Juggernaut, is with me today. Kane Marco, thank you so much. I'm such a big fan. How are you doing? It's good to be here, Dsquare. And how am I doing? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. I'm doing great. Look at my new armor. It's so shiny. It's got lights and shit on it. I'm doing great. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Yes, yes, indeed. You are the Juggernaut. Thank you so much for being here today. You've got an exciting thing happening right now. You have a brand new Juggernaut #1. I picked it up. I read it. I do like it a lot. So you definitely must be excited. Oh yeah, I'm excited. Juggernaut. Juggernaut #1, bitch. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Now go buy my motherfucking comic. Yeah. Knocking down buildings and shit for damage control, cause them fucking heroes are always making a mess, and now the Juggernaut's gotta clean that shit up. So go buy Juggernaut #1. Go right now, cause I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Right, yes, absolutely. Go out and pick up Juggernaut #1. I definitely recommend that. So, Kane, definitely very interested here. I see you've got your new armor, which is, really surprising because, we saw back in the Rosenberg Uncanny X-Men run, Magic took the Gem of Cyttorak right out of your chest and threw you in limbo, and that was really the last we saw you until this Juggernaut #1. So, how did that happen? Yeah, that bitch Magic, she took my gem and fucking transported me to Limbo. Man, Limbo is like fucking the hottest, swampiest, fiery ass crack you ever saw or smelt. That shit was bad. But I'm the goddamn Juggernaut. So I dragged my armor all around until I found this motherfucking tree. And then somehow you'll have to see by continuing to read my Juggernaut comic book, you'll have to see how it goes from there. But you're damn right, Magic ain't shit. Her brother ain't shit either. In fact, that's why I'm so mad. Because all these comic book movies come out. I've been in 2 comic book movies. I was in X3, and them motherfuckers, they made me a mutant. I ain't no goddamn mutant. I'm the goddamn Juggernaut, bitch. And then the other one was Deadpool 2. And they had Colossus and me fight. And they had that commie Rusky motherfucker beat me. Bullshit. That shit ain't happening. Juggernaut ain't taking no electrode up the butt. I mean, you saw I still came back because I'm the goddamn Juggernaut. Motherfucker. You a Colossus fan, ain't you? Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really gonna bring that up. I know you and Colossus have a little bit of a rivalry there, but yes, yeah, yeah, I am a Colossus fan. Yeah, motherfucker thought I forgot with your Colossus fan ass. You look like a Colossus fan with your sagging man tits. I see him through the t-shirt. Flapping in the wind, ain't they, boy? When you run around talking about Colossus, huh, with your floppy man tits. Colossus a bitch and you a bitch. I'm a goddamn Juggernaut. All right, well, yeah, I guess I do have man tits. I don't know what that has to do with being a Colossus fan, but okay. But yeah, that Deadpool 2 CGI fight between you and Colossus was really cool. And you're right, you got up, you made good on that. You were in an awesome movie. Not X3 so much, but Deadpool 2 was good. All right, well, I thank you so very much for giving me your time. I'm sure you're a very busy man with all your, damage control work, knocking down those buildings. Looks like you're trying to be a good guy again. So, yeah, just thank you so much, Kane Marco. Well, that's okay, Dsquare. I'm happy to be here. I ain't afraid of nothing. Your goddamn questions, your weapons, they cannot harm me. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch, so I'll let anyone interview me. But yeah, I'm gonna go back and destroy some more buildings for damage control. Make sure that you continue to read the Juggernaut series. Yeah, I'm the Juggernaut. You know what I say? Fuck Charles. Fuck Charles. That's right. Now he wearing a helmet. He trying to be like his big stepbrother, the Juggernaut. Well, fuck you, Charles. I'll beat your ass. I beat your ass with Charles, man. Yeah, the goddamn Juggernaut. Juggernaut out. All right, so thank you, Juggernaut, for granting me that interview there. Interesting interview, interesting guy. All right.
Jay, you're still muted.
Oh, we lost Jay. Yes, Juggernaut #1 there. That's.
Oh, my bad. I was
there
muting
you
it because I was laughing my ass off and I wasn't trying to fuck it up.
Oh,
This shit was hilarious.
oh yeah, it was yeah, funny guy. He doesn't like my flappy man tits. But yeah, Juggernaut #1 there. That's go out and check that out if you haven't already. So but yeah, real quick, you know, he's with damage control now, and we're gonna get to learn. He's kind of taking us through the journey of how he went from basically his powers taken from him and thrown to limbo to got his new suits with lights and shit. Look at that. Lights up. So
You know what I'm excited for?
what's up?
What they fucking teased at the end.
Yes. So yeah, big. So we're gonna get to see just exactly at what power level this new rejuvenated Juggernaut is at, because yes, the next episode it is teased a Juggernaut versus Hulk battle.
All over some fucking social media
Yeah.
posts. It's gonna be awesome. I'm curious though. Like I mentioned before the show, with Hickman, what he's doing with all these characters. Like, I know he's teamed up in the past, but I think this is almost a way for him to redeem himself. New suit, new man, and he's probably going to be like the Stone Cold of the X-Men. Like, he's not going to be bad, he's not going to be good. He's going to do what he thinks is right for him, but not necessarily just go out and kill people like he used to.
Yeah. I definitely think, because overall, I think we're seeing in this Hickman Dawn of X, again, unless this huge veil is just lifted, you know, we're seeing like where these villains are now good guys, and so maybe, you know, they're doing like new villains, you know. So, and that's a direction, but so yeah, check that out. It'll be interesting to see how Juggernaut fits into the overall universe now. So, and speaking of the X universe, Dawn of X, so X of Swords, Creation #1 came out. It is bonkers, and so me and Volsker are going to kind of talk through it a little bit here for you, so strap in.
Thick this is.
It was a big old thick book, yep. Lots of stuff going down. Yeah. So yeah.
With that damn issue.
So I wonder if it's going to fit in a bagging board, but so yeah, I know Volsker checked it out. I checked it out. I sent a code to Jay. But I don't even know if that's, I don't even know if that's like something somebody can really jump into. So let's talk about it, Volsker. Let's try and make sense of all this. So basically what is happening is in Excalibur, which is a series that I have been following, Apocalypse has been doing just a lot of behind the scenes magical manipulation. So basically there's this realm called Otherworld, and in this Otherworld there's kingdoms like Avalon and all sorts of shit like that. And at the center of it is this something called the Starlight Citadel. And this Starlight Citadel is basically explained to be like the spoke of a wheel. The wheel of all realities. And so the protector of this citadel, there we go. And as you see there in that picture as well, that blonde lady with the white dress, her name is Saturine. She's the Omni Reality Magistrix, or whatever they call her. So what is happening is, you know how me and Volsker have talked about Krakoa and this other island getting together and, like, you know, brown chicka brown wow. So that is a piece of a land called Akaro. Okay? And once upon a time, And that's just a piece. So, but once upon a time, Krakoa and Akaro were together. They're called Okaro. But there's this big battle that happens when these demons are coming up from the ground. One of them's wielding this, it's a Twilight Blade, I believe it's called. And they fight with Apocalypse and his forces. And the story is that Apocalypse had to sacrifice his original 4 horsemen and everybody else, and Akaro throw them all into the abyss in order to stave off this army that's going to just destroy the earth. Okay. So what Apocalypse did in the last Excalibur was he took the Eternals, killed them so that he could power a gate. A gate that leads basically right under the Starlight Citadel. And it turns out that he does this because he's kind of like searching for that family he lost. Once the gate is open, he sends, Summoner, which is his grandchild, they found him just chilling on Araco, just chilling there. He's explaining, hey, I'm
all white looking motherfucker.
This Summoner guy is the son of his Horseman War. So I guess his Horseman War is his daughter. They hang out, do their thing, but so Apocalypse then sends Eunice, Banshee, and this Summoner into the Krakoan gate. Yep, there he is. Into that new gate that he just constructed to go check things out. Okay. What they find is basically they go in there, they get attacked right away. They don't even get to scout out. Eunice is captured. Summoner and Banshee make it back, but Banshee's almost dead. They take him to the healing chambers.
All fucked up.
And all fucked up. And what the Summoner basically is described is that demon army that Apocalypse had banished is back, and it is attacking the Starlight Citadel to get to the gate that Apocalypse just constructed to get to Krakoa. And, of course, fuck shit up. Well, of course, the X-Men, Krakoa, they have a quiet council where they talk through everything. And Apocalypse and the Summoner, they go to talk to them, and they basically say, listen, this army's going to come. It's going to screw everything over. Yep, there's the quiet council chamber. We've got to stop them. They basically, the rest of the council were like, okay, so you're saying they're going to come through this gate? Yes. And oh, by the way, this gate I made, it's not just for mutants. Anyone can go through it, so they can get through. So Magneto, Professor X, White Queen, all the people on the Quiet Council, they say, well, then guess what? You're just going to fucking destroy the gate.
Yeah.
Until Krakoa, the island they live on, chimes in through the mutant cipher. He says, no, you're not going to do that. You live on me. I want that gate to stay. And of course, they're all taken aback by this. They plead for Krakoa to reconsider.
Nice no.
Yeah, no. So the Quiet Council's kind of pissed off at Apocalypse because they're like, you knew this would happen, wouldn't you? You knew if you constructed this gate that Krakoa would not let us destroy it. And Apocalypse is like, that is correct, because me and Krakoa want the same thing right now, which is for Krakoa and Araco, or Akaro, whatever, all this Krakoa.
Well, they want a Krakoa.
Well, yeah, we want them to Krakoa here. So, but they're like, hey, they took one of our mutants. They took Eunice. So he's like, okay, I will go with volunteers to go search for Eunice. And the Krakoan Council's like, okay, you can do that, but yeah, you don't have our blessing, so this is off the books.
Yeah,
all
Magneto
right.
wasn't happy to begin with because
No,
he
not
didn't
at
get
all.
permission to build the gate.
Exactly. Yeah. Apocalypse just did all this shit on his own. He's not giving a fuck.
That ties back to what you said over the last couple shows. You thought he had a hidden agenda.
Mm-hmm.
which I think this becomes more clear in this issue that not necessarily, but somebody else did.
Right. So he gathers a team of volunteer mutants, right? We've got Polaris, we've got Richter, Archangel is one of them, which is cool.
Yeah, he gets his
Monet
metal
St.
outfit
Croix.
back
Right, so apparently he can just go between the angel form, the angelic form, and the angel of death form whenever he wants. And that's cool, because I like Archie.
Well, because I asked you that before. I was like, hey, is he just angel or is he archangel? And then
He's
in this, and he's like,
whatever.
hey, I'm glad you're wearing that outfit. I was like, what the fuck?
Now that
Changed
was
it?
cool. Well, yeah, exactly. But that was cool. Oh, Beast goes as well. Fuck him, by the way.
Yeah.
But Beast goes. And Havoc. Now they've Havoc, and then of course Siren, who is Banshee's,
Daughter.
Because he got fucked up, so she's gonna go in his place. But yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned that. So yes, Apocalypse is sitting right next to Archangel, and yeah, he just looks over him. Mind you, Archangel's pretty much tortured by what Apocalypse did to him. But yeah, Apocalypse was like, hey buddy, like seeing you look like that. That's good. Angel of Death. I like that look, And so Archangel's just like, yeah, I'm just here to watch over you because I don't trust you. All right, so now we're gonna get in deep, as if we're not in deep already. And I'm sorry if not everyone's following this, but it really is bonkers, and it's interesting. It's just not completely straightforward, and that's how Hickman writes. I get annoyed with him sometimes because me and Volsker will not know what the fuck's going on until like issue 4 or 5. Like it's just really not gonna make. But anyway, so. Really interesting shit here, though, because, okay, so they go through the gate, and they are immediately met by the former 4 horsemen of Apocalypse, the one that he had the sacrifice in order to cast these demons into the abyss.
And Eunice was sitting there hanging like,
yeah, he's all
crucified
and shit. Yeah, Eunice is fucked. And so these 4 horsemen are commanding the demons now, and are trying to get to Krakoa. But these are Apocalypse's children, and he sees them, and he cries. Apocalypse cries because he sees his kids. And I can understand that as a parent, like what he's kind of going through right now. And it's funny because what you mentioned of, we're talking about him looking at Archangel and commenting and liking that. Is Apocalypse crying because these are his kids, or is he crying because they're his children and they're still alive and he's really all about survival of the fittest? So is he looking at this like, fuck yeah, look at my kids, they're still. So nonetheless,
I think it's because it's his children, because even like where he says, you asked me if I regret anything, this is what I regret.
Right.
My life, something I've lost. So
Exactly.
I think it's like, holy shit, I thought they were gone for good.
Right. Yeah, really almost touching here, except for Apocalypse is Apocalypse. The name says it all. Right. But nonetheless, so yeah, he's talking with his kids, and he asks about their mother, his wife. And they tell him that she went to fight up against, I always get the Annihilator or it's this lady with Annihilation. She fought cross swords with Annihilation and lost, so she's dead. So Apocalypse learns that his wife is dead, and he weeps. So that goes down. So basically what happens then, so you think like, okay, are they going to join forces now? What happens? No. His daughter, as well as his summoner grandson, who is standing behind him, she stabs him in the front, he stabs Apocalypse in the back, and he's dead. Apocalypse is dead. By the way, this is twice now he's died within like 6 issues of shit that he's been in. So, this big, I am Apocalypse, of a living. You've died twice. So, but he does have the resurrection stuff going on. So, I mean, he's probably a little less worried. And he is on the council, so he does get like a speedy resurrection. So nonetheless, that happens.
And then shortly after that, we have, was it Rachel Summers and Cable, which is in Banshee's head, finds out that this is going on and that Summoner was actually planning this from the get go. And then
Right.
what's her face in the Citadel Tower,
Saturnine.
Saturnine actually says, "Hey, if you want to solve this, you need to go look for this item," and basically like kicks him out of his head,
Yeah.
which is really fucking crazy.
Yeah, Saturnine is fucking powerful. So as Volsker just described, these telepathic people are looking into the past, and she knows it. Like, she's in their vision, like, hey, you're trying to, okay, this is what you need to do in order to,
It's like watching them, like.
right, exactly. So yeah, so Saturnine, glad you brought her up. So basically what happens is once Apocalypse gets killed, a couple of the X-Men grab him. We got to get him the fuck out here, get him to the healing chamber. But yeah, it's just a big fucking brawl now. Until Saturnine, who's just sitting there, not worried at all that her kingdom is, being attacked, but she goes down there, freezes everything, makes everything stop, turns one of the horsemen, Apocalypse's son, one of the leaders of this, turns like to a Funko Pop, yeah, like a little version, and it's just like, yeah, so we're not gonna fight like this. We're gonna do a trial by combat, trial by swords. And so basically Saturnine sets it up to her like, okay, so you pick 10 champions. Hey, X-Men, you are going to be, you 10 right here. You're going to be my champions. Here's the swords you're going to use. And there we go. So because Saturnine wills it, this conflict between, the invading forces of, it's called Armonth or, Akaro at this point, trying to get to Krakoa. But they're not going to just have an all-out brawl. They're having this like organized battle of the swords set up by the ruler of the Starlight Citadel, Saturnine, who's basically like god level for realities. So crazy shit. Yeah,
And we
there you
find
go.
out the name of the swords by Magneto's other daughter,
Polaris,
which
yes.
which is basically, just so you're interested, Jelly, is basically a green Scarlet Witch.
I know who Polaris is.
And then
Yes.
so which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, so for the bad side, or whatever, the demon side, whatever the Apocalypse's children's side, they've got the Twilight Blade, Mercy, Vermilion, the Red Sword of War, Colony, the Black Bone of Aduet, Seducer, Pog, Purity, Alluvium, and Muramasa.
Yep.
Of course, Muramasa is also on the good guy side, which is interesting. That's the one Wolverine has. The Sword of Might, the Starlight Sword, Grass Cutter, God Killer, Warlock, the Soul Sword, that's Magic's, the Scarab, I think that's the big curved one that Apocalypse is going to have, the Light of Galador, and Skybreaker. A couple of them look like lightsabers.
Which sword does Cable have?
That, I believe, is Starlight Sword, I believe.
Because he uses that to power up that mechanical amplifier shit that goes down.
So there you go. We'll keep you abreast, but yeah, that's a wild one. I know it took a long time on that.
Issue 1.
Yeah, issue 1. Here you go. Full speed ahead. All right. Okay, well, before we kind of get out of those weeds, so Volsker, you read the issue number 4 of the I guess J.J. Abrams and his son Spider-Man. How's so tell us about it.
Yeah, so I was actually very, very, very fucking surprised because I loved issues 1 through 3. 4 was supposed to release back in me and Eric were talking about January, but then it got delayed, and then got delayed again, and then COVID happened, and I just walked in there and I was like, wait, holy shit, it's fuck yes.
There it is. Yeah.
So basically, to kind of fill those in who haven't followed or checked out my reviews on it, we're looking at a future where Ben Parker, Peter Parker, Mary Jane's son, is actually starting to take the mantle of Spider-Man, because Peter Parker gave up the mantle of Spider-Man when Cadaverius, which was this like half mechanical being, just straight out murdered Mary Jane in front of him and then ripped out like his arm. So Peter Parker's one-armed. and he's just like scraggly looking. He's a reporter and he wants nothing to do. So
Yeah.
Wow.
as his son hits puberty, he basically starts to get these powers, and he didn't know that his father was Spider-Man. Oddly enough, it's Aunt May who goes, "Hey, by the way, you're going through things that your father has." So it's Aunt May that introduced this, like, the suit
She's
in
such
the
a G.
story, which is fucking sweet. And then with issue 3, Cat at the very end, like Peter and Ben are going at it. He's like, "You can't do this. This is why you gave it up. This is how we lost your mom." Right before they started out in a full out fight about it, Cadaverous came, shanked Peter, and kidnapped him. And then
Shanked him.
Ben's like, yeah, like you just see a fucking blade just go straight
Yeah.
through Peter Parker, and you're like, what the fuck?
Wow.
So Faye, which is his like girlfriend love interest, Ben Parker, it's like, hey, we need to go find somebody. So who do they go hunt down? Riri Williams. They're like, Riri, we need some help here. Stark Industries, where's Tony? What's going on? Well, Tony gave up the mantle as Iron Man because the Avengers were killed in action. He's in hiding because he's the only last surviving Avenger. He's alcoholic again, chilling in his hot rod, eating uh old boxed pizza and shit, getting drunk. And then he starts to realize, he's like, holy shit, you're Peter's son. What the you look just like your mother. Like, what the fuck? And then as they're trying to tell him what's going on, the Avengers attack, and you find out that Cadaverous has technology that can resurrect the dead. So they're like half mutated mechanical Avengers.
Yeah.
Well, in this issue,
Basically sounds like Apocalypse War, but continue.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess kind of. It's in this issue, you find out what it is it's microchips that you put in their brain that basically mind control the body, and then the mechanical like worm type things actually kind of take over the body. I can show you here in a second. Like there's the Hawk.
Yeah.
And Tony's like, run, guys, run. We can't do this. We can't do this. Riri just gets chucked by the Hawk like 5 football fields. And Tony's about to get killed. They're just getting their ass kicked. Ben's trying to be Spider-Man, but it's not working. Then Riri comes in with her new age Iron Man suit, which is like a girl's version of his colors, which is kind of interesting. And then she's like, oh my God, this feels great. So she hasn't been what is it? What is
Ironheart.
her
Ironheart.
Ironheart for a while. So they're just gone. So they're fighting and they're going, and it gets back to Cadaverous, and you find out that the doctor who helped create this technology, he resurrected. But what happened was Peter's blood, who they needed as a key, was tainted because of the spider DNA. So she starts morphing into this giant fucking spider. And like her hair's falling, her bones are like cracking.
Yeah.
And then through the conversation, you find out that what happened was Howard Stark was overseeing them back in the day and thought this technology needed to be canned. So he stopped it. Shield tried taking it to use it as a weapon. And then Peter's parents actually basically rigged it where you needed the Parker DNA to activate it, so it destroyed it. But Cadaverous somehow found a way around that and realized that it was Spider-Man's DNA that they needed to actually activate the technology. And that's basically what happens is it kind of cuts off where you got this big giant fucking spider, you got Ben Parker getting his ass kicked, and Peter's just like dangling, wrapped in this giant web, watching his son about to get killed. And then that's kind of just where it
Yikes.
cuts off. So it's
That sounds
pretty
really
crazy.
dope, though. Like
Yeah.
super
I
dope.
like it. Some people
Okay.
don't. I like it.
I mean, obviously
it's
not in the
already all over the
616
place.
continuity, right? I mean, this is... Yeah, that does look cool.
It is its own story, futuristic. There's no continuity. Yeah, because that's like He's just
What?
sitting there
And
watching
that's
his
some
son
of the
get-
coolest shit they do. You know, sometimes outside of continuity, they could just do something crazy, and it is enjoyable. So that's cool.
I think, Jay, I think there's some, yeah, the digital. So I can go pull all the digital and shoot them over if you want.
I have a lot of work to do this week. So yes, bring it my way, sir.
Cool. Actually, before I moved on, so that's cool. That sounds like interesting stuff. I know we had been interested in that one for a while. I forgot to before I move on. And of course we're in the weeds, guys. X of Swords. So what? I guess what was your? Did you enjoy it, Volsker? Was it too crazy, or did they set it up well enough to where maybe I don't know everything about everything, but I get the conflict and what's going on, or?
Actually, I kind of got it because like the whole Kokroa, I'm gonna butcher Oroka or
Yeah,
Oraka.
it's
Like I remember that going back to what is it like X-Men issue 1 or 2 when they actually got out of the House and Powers and they started talking about it.
Yeah, it does call back
So
to some earlier X-Men issues. Yeah.
yeah, it's I think what happened was it wasn't as jumbled and convoluted as the last issue, where you had the typical 30 pages and you had to cram like 2-3 issues into one. Making this a jumbo sized I think really helped because you could actually space it out and have a proper pacing to the issue. So I thought it was cool. I did have some questions to like Jelly's point. I didn't know who Polaris was. So I was like,
Oh,
who the
really?
fuck is green looking Scarlet Witch? What the
Oh,
fuck?
yeah.
What? You didn't know
Hell,
who
she's been
Polaris
around.
was?
No,
Yeah,
And you're
but I
pointing me
assume
out for it? Oh, by the way, Jelly, Polaris is kind of like a green Scarlet Witch. Oh, I know who that is, Chewie, you asshole. You're the one that didn't know who she was?
no,
you
I did
stepped in
not.
it.
What I loved
Oh,
though
my
is
goodness.
when they asked her why she was there, she threw out a quote from House of M, which was pretty
Yeah.
fucking bad. Like I
Yeah.
was like, okay, so she has to be somebody in that family, and that's what I had to go look. So
Yeah.
I owed it. I did not know who she was. I just knew she literally looked like a green fucking Scarlet Witch.
Gotcha. Yeah, she's an interesting character because, like, her character really does revolve around being Magneto's daughter and her
What
dealing
is her
with kind of
powers?
what Magneto does, basically. She
So
controls.
she's
She's just
Master
not as
Magneto.
strong, not at least not at this time. But yeah, interesting stuff.
That makes sense now because when was it Havoc was like, "Oh, do you not notice it's a big metal thing in this sky?
Right,
Let's bring her
exactly.
down."
Yeah.
Okay, now I get
Yep.
it. See, ha.
Yep. Also, that character was on the show Gifted, that was on Fox briefly, that I watched a little bit.
I heard it was good. I never watched it though.
It was all right. But Polaris was in it, and some other notable characters. But cool.
Yes, because I remember them talking about setting that up for potential MCU crossover or hints. Because to do Gifted and what was Legion, they had to get Marvel's permission because Fox only had the rights for movies, not
Right.
shows.
Exactly. Yep. That's how they got around that. All right, cool. All right, well, we'll get out of the weeds here. We'll keep you abreast of what goes on with them swords. X of Swords. All right.
The Schwartz.
So let's go to comiclist.com and see what of note is coming out. Firefly, Blue Sun, Rising Alpha number 0 from Boom Studios. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 54. Let's see. Dark Horse Comics, if you like Stranger Things. Stranger Things, Science Camp, number 1. DC Comics, they've got a Batman Superman Annual. They have Batman the Joker Warzone, number 1.
Yes.
You into that one?
Oh, I love the Joker War. Has been
The
fucking
Joker.
great. Like, people are saying that this whole storyline is probably going to have to make them refresh Batman because just the outcome and the fucking chaos that's going. Like, it's insane.
So I think So I gotta tell you, as someone that doesn't follow the Batman comics, and he's not my favorite character, I'm a little tired of the Joker, 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 war, Joker this, Joker, Batman who laughs, Joker, Joker, Joker. I don't know. Is it just me? Everything's Joker?
I
That's
love the
whole.
Joker. He's my favorite villain in
You know
terms
what?
of DC. But I think after this, I
I have to put him on the shelf for a little bit, man.
think they're going to have. I think he's going to
Making
get
money.
killed. I think
Yeah.
Batman is going to break and kill him because
Wow.
What? I might actually like Batman.
there's a lot of dialogue and they're just I think he's going to end up doing it.
Interesting. Okay. All right, well, continuing on here, we've got Dark Knight's Death Metal Multiverse N, number 1. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, number 3. John Constantine, Hellblazer, number 10. Justice League Annual, number 2. Legion of Superheroes, number 9. Red Hood Outlaw, number 49. Wonder Woman, number 763. And Wonder Woman
Big numbers.
Those big numbers. There he is. And Wonder Woman 1984, number 1. Dynamite. What do we have? Well, something. Death to the Army of Darkness, number 5.
Yes.
I thought that might perk you up a little bit.
Yeah, I got to read the last 2 issues because there was a
Yeah.
weird fucking pause. I have them, but yeah, it's interesting. Just not to kind of derail anything, but anybody who's a Bruce Campbell and Ash Williams fan for Army of Darkness, basically it causes where his soul is ripped into multiple versions. So there's like 4 Ashes going on at once. One's like a skeleton, one's a chick, one's a dog.
Okay.
Like it's really fucking off the wall.
Oh.
And just think of how the comedy is. Dog. Think of
Really?
Army of Darkness, the movie. It's great.
He had to make fun of me.
I thought you were making fun of me because I thought that's how I sounded. I was like,
No,
the
I
dog.
said dog.
I get that Italian-ness, that dog.
Glad you could talk that out. IDW, bunch of variant covers. Crow Leaf number 1, 2, and 3. Lock and Key in Pale Battalions Go, number 2. Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Too Long a Sacrifice, number 3. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Best of Raphael, number 1, one shot. Transformers Galaxy. What's that?
So that's weird.
Yeah, it is. And Transformers Galaxy, number 10. Our buddy Usagi Yojimbo, number 13. So look out for that. Let's see. Spawn. Only thing notable there would be Spawn, number 310, for my next door neighbor. Marvel Comics, here we go. Avengers, number 36. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, number 3 out of 5. Fantastic Four, number 24. Giant Size X-Men Tribute to Wine and Cockrum, number 1. I'm going to have to get that one.
What?
Yeah, yep.
What the fuck? What? Okay, what is? Okay, that's weird.
You broke him.
What?
Wine and Cockrum.
Oh, here, I'll, celebrating the classic's 45th anniversary, 45 years ago, a comic book came out that would change the face of Marvel Comics forever. Writer Line Wine and artist David Cockrum revamps the X-Men, completely replacing the bulk of the team heroes with a completely new international cast. So this is just, and that's the Giant Size X-Men tribute, basically. So.
Oh, you know what? I totally forgot something that you totally mentioned real quick. A big part in the fucking X of Swords, that the Citadel and the Dimensions were protected by was it Captain Britain?
Avalon specifically
Or,
is
yeah.
Captain Britain's realm, yeah.
Which was fucking weird because they said that there was just like a new one for every version.
Well, there was a whole Captain Britain core, but they got taken out, and I don't know exactly how. I've not followed that. Marvel Zombies Resurrection number 2. Marvel's X number 5. Never really read that. Not interested. Savage Avengers number 12, Shang-Chi number 1, so it might be interesting with Shang-Chi coming out next year. Of course, the only Marvel property we're getting this year is from WandaVision. Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 4, and Strange Academy number 3. Doing a 4th printing of Strange Academy number 1. And Strange Academy, of course, Doctor Strange. X Factor number 4. Probably end up getting this one because I think this is a X of Swords. I think they're all X. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. I sees it. Oh. X-Men Avengers Onslaught trade paperback. I might get that. It's $40 though. All right, so that's everything coming out this Wednesday at your local comic book shop. So yes, make sure and support your local comic book shop. Have them put stuff in your file and make sure and buy the stuff in your file. But yeah, have fun. Support your local comic book shop.
Don't just have them stuff it. You got to make sure you buy it too.
That's right.
It's actually one
right.
of the biggest things that can make or break a comic book shop is for y'all to pull lists and not buy what you have in your boxes.
Yep. Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that. I know sometimes I've told Eric before in the past, like, yeah, I don't want to collect these. I just don't want my box to get too full, and he doesn't really care. But yeah, it's really important. So, all right. Well, it's been an eventful show. I think we can go ahead and put an end to her here. But before we do, let's hear from all the Omega level nerds on what you're reading, playing, or watching. So J100, let us know what's on your plate. What you're reading, playing, or watching.
I am on I'm starting chapter 4 of Boruto. I am going to, I've read the first, I guess, issue of The Boys. I found it online, so I'm doing it that way. And apparently for my stream, I'm going to have to read a lot of history books just to stay on track. So I'm doing some of that as well. Watching, we got The Boys episode 6. Nice. I'm liking it. I've been watching Hannibal. I need to get into another anime. I don't know. I haven't been really watching anime, but I'm going to get back into my my actual schedule, and within that, I'm gonna find some time to get me a show in there. So I'll tell you what that's gonna be next week. Playing, I'm still doing my Borderlands arc. I want to kind of master have a master save for almost every character for almost every game. I got every single one of them on PlayStation 4 and PC. One of my people in my community has been wanting to support me by buying me a game on Steam, and the only game that I needed in my my Borderlands library was the PC version of the first one. So I got that.
Nice.
I have them all, but on stream, I'm playing Borderlands 3 because that's the newest one, and the one that's most up to date. And if I can grind through that one real quick and get where I need to be and get all the DLCs done or whatever, I can be caught up or whatever. But for the ones that are available, I mean, I don't think they're free anywhere right now. But those who have it, whether it's I listen, I have literally every single one of them for 2 platforms. So if y'all trying to play, it's a cool game to play with a crew or whatever. Not you guys, but if you guys want to, that'd be dope. But
sure that
yeah, it's for me. I don't know. It's a game I'm into. Looter shooter, a lot of stuff. It's fun. Get to trade and share gear and guns and that and the third. So it's pretty cool. But as far as like playing, especially with the way my schedule is, that's the only thing I have ability to get into. Although I don't know how to get it started, I did get the Rocket League free to play on PC. So my nephew, when he was super into that, was like, "Oh, I gotta get on PC because they got 2 milliseconds on me."
Yeah.
I really can't stand this generation. Is so weird.
My son's the same way.
Come on, man.
Going
Listen,
complete
you're gonna hit
away
the
now.
ball, you're gonna hit the ball. Talk about something 2 milliseconds. Shut your ass up.
Mhm.
But I got it on PC now too, so ain't no excuses. I got that same 2 milliseconds. So when I suck still, or I'm like mediocre, I don't know. I'm trying to get my key bindings. I don't know. I can't even get it activated. I'm a boomer. But yeah, Borderlands. Hit me up.
What were you
Hey,
saying, Jelly?
Yeah.
So the Handsome Collection for Borderlands was for free on PSN at one point in time, so I have that.
Huh, okay.
Good point.
Awesome. Speaking of
What was that, Julie?
The Handsome Collection. I think that was like the prequel 1 and 2 altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
It was for
prequel
free.
sequel.
Yeah, they are.
PSN.
And I think they're the last I checked, they're like 25, 30 bucks or something like that for those two. On Epic, Borderlands 3 is half off, but I got the one edition with the season pass, so I paid 50 instead of 30. And then the Game of the Year editions are 30. And yeah. So I mean, like, 30 bucks. We shoot some shit.
nice. Speaking of the boys, I don't want to spoil it too much, but I'm just curious. I got to start watching that again because I'm not past episode 4. But
Yeah, you do.
does Marty McFly's wife still get to boss around Homelander that far into the show? Is she still?
Yes.
Or
We'll just leave it at yeah. We'll just leave it at yeah.
okay,
Sure does.
right? That's the same universe, right? That's Marty McFly's wife.
That is it.
That's how I'm thinking. And that's Marty McFly's kid. That
She aged kind of well.
I think
kind of.
Homelander's going to get pissed off and
She's
killed.
also she's also Johnny's ex-girlfriend, sweep the leg.
Oh,
Yep.
right, yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I
It
was
was.
staring at her for a minute, like, where the fuck do I know? And then it's like, oh,
That
It's-
breast milk.
yeah.
Got that Cambodian Marty McFly breast milk.
Oh boy.
All right, I'll derail it no longer. Jelly Rose, what you reading, playing, and watching?
Reading my
Smut.
comic books that I read.
Hey.
Watching Hubs is almost caught up on 7 Deadly Sins to me. We're nearing season 3, so we're almost to season 4. So after season 3, we're gonna watch the movie, and then we'll be able to finally get up to where I am, so I can watch the freaking rest of season 4 because I only watched half of it. I don't know if I watched anything else besides that. Playing, I played my normal stuff, and then I also played Satisfactory, which is kind of like you're on an alien planet, and your job essentially is to get resources for your wherever you came from. You got to get resources. So you go down there and you start essentially making a factory. And thank you so much, developers, for giving it to me, because that is awesome. I think it's like $25 on Steam and Epic. They're actually cross platforms between the 2 platforms, which I thought was pretty awesome.
Oh, nice.
You kind of like link both your accounts together.
Yeah, awesome.
Right. I very much enjoyed it. I was actually playing it like right before podcast too. I'm like, I gotta get my little person, and I gotta make this, and I gotta send it up to the spaceship thing, because I gotta do that to get more things, and then it's interesting.
Nice.
I don't think I played anything else new. I've been playing the newest season of Diablo with Hubs. We've been kind of sitting, because we got 2 Switches. I sit my Switch, he sits with his, and I jump into his game because he's behind on me, and then he's all all mad because I'm like 10 levels ahead of him in his game because I'll play mine and then I'll play on his and get more, experience. And he's like, "What the hell, wife? Why are you leveled up so much higher?" I'm like, "Because I'm smart." I'm like, "I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
Play it on your own and level up a little bit."
Yeah, it's impossible to synchronize like that. I've never successfully been able to do it with anybody.
So I'm like going around killing everything around him while he's whapping on like one thing. He's like, "Damn it,
Yeah.
wife." Like, quit sucking at games.
You gotta have your own game and then your significant other.
Exactly.
I got my stream save. I got my PS4 saved. The PC saved. The Green Moon saved.
Yeah.
I got
And
like
see, that's
7
why I never
characters in one
finished
game,
the
3
first
characters in another.
Borderlands.
You
Is
gotta do
because
what you gotta do.
his slow ass. Come on, Hubs. We gotta co-op this so that we can get through the story and whatnot. We can't even get to number 2 yet because we haven't even finished number 1 because you're a slow ass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why
Happens.
I wonder if like my wife she's not into like video games other than like Mario, So when I play video games with her, I like step into a whole realm, like Nintendo realm, like Mario Kart and Mario and all. And then there's my realm, So I don't have to worry about that.
Tread lightly because she's in the room, so she
Oh,
can
I
hear.
understand. Yeah, exactly. I love it though. All right, cool. Volsker, what you reading, playing, and watching?
Yeah, so I mean, reading wise, we kind of talked about it. So I didn't forget. I actually went through a pretty decent pile of comics. We have the X of Swords Chapter 1, Juggernaut, Daredevil 22. Finally, after months of foreshadowing, that beautiful Daredevil Iron Man armor, just to finally get let down, and it's literally just schematics. It never happened. But a very badass. I really like the storyline and everything that's going on. Like Fisk is a mayor, superheroes are outlawed. He just turned himself in for accidental murder. Like it's really fucking crazy.
So I don't want to get too much in a rabbit hole here. We might talk about this another time. Is that the issue where he tells Tony Stark to like let people live in the apartments that he owns for like next to nothing rent? Okay.
He tells him, he's like, "Look, I need you to help me out. I need you to go buy this from this because this gangster mob is trying to buy Hell's Kitchen, and then I need you to buy it, turn around, and then let them live in it for next to nothing, and then turn around and sell it back to them for nearly free." And Tony's like, "What the fuck? You come in here, tell me what to do with my money?" He's like, "No, I'm telling you to do what's right, and I know you will."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's what's...
Yeah, Tony Stark's like, why would you do this? Why would I do this? This would lose me so much money. Why do you even like feel like you can ask me that? And yeah, Daredevil's like, because it's the right thing. Oh, mic drop. And people actually had a problem with that, which it was because they were like, "Oh, politics." Like, you don't read Daredevil at all if you're thinking that this is like some...
Daredevil's like one of the most political comic books
Right.
I've ever seen.
Right. Yeah.
All politics, everything. The show, everything.
Yeah,
so,
I 100%. It's pretty cool though. But then he looks at him and he's like, he does offend Daredevil though, because he calls him a street level hero, and Daredevil's like,
that's funny.
Street level? You mean hero of the people? And then that's when he's kind of taken back, and then he's like, "Well, it looks like you could use some better duds there. So if you ever want," and it shows the schematics of it, like he's basically sizing him up real time, and then that's all they showed of it. So it could be like the Fantastic. Yeah, it could be like Empire, where they foreshadowed him making the new outsuit, and then it ended up being Reed Richards.
There'll be an event or something that Daredevil needs to do something, and Tony will be like, "Hey, I know I already built it. There you go. Go kick some ass."
No, you asked me to spend the money the way you wanted, but I did it the way I wanted.
Yeah, I like suits.
I did finally get through
Okay.
giant size. I actually thought it was really cool. It was
Yeah.
definitely different. Now, I wanted to ask this for you. They take her to Otherworld, right? To get
Right.
healed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that the same Otherworld that they're talking about in
Yes.
X of Swords? Okay,
Yes.
I thought so. Okay. Um, Venom. It's Venom 28, which is really sweet. It's part 3 of Venomverse,
Okay.
where they're basically in the other futuristic universe, which is really fucking crazy because there's like a null type character who's basically murdered a shit ton of people. The Avengers are non-existent, and he rules this universe. What it is that instead of Null, his name is Codex, and you
Mm.
find out that it's actually Dylan, his son, that's
Wow.
conquering this universe, and then his dead wife is actually the main person going against him, because you find out that his wife is who got Venom originally. Eddie actually blew his brains out when he got pissed at Peter. He never was saved by the symbiote, which is really fucking crazy. Yeah. His wife went in there, found his dead body, and then that's when the symbiote took over, and it was a female Venom. And then
Mm.
her Venom split off. Now get this shit. This is where it gets really fucking crazy. Her Venom split off and had children. Sounds familiar. We've
Mm-hmm.
seen that. But they split off and turned everybody into Flash Thompson's type armor Venom.
Okay.
Cletus Cassidy is a healed, good Carnage.
Okay.
Deadpool is a symbiote. What's her face? His wife, I can't remember her name, and there was one more that was there, and I was like, what the fuck? Here, let me. Andy Benton. She was the female Venom for a little while. Now, what's crazy is you find out who God, what the hell was his name? Remember the one that was in a mech suit that we were trying to figure out what the hell? I'm having a brain fart. That was like patched together, the
Oh,
anti-venom
yeah,
suit.
yeah, yeah.
Well, you find out who it actually is because he gets taken over by Codex. It was the Scorpion the whole time.
Oh, Mac Gargan.
Yep.
That's cool because he actually was Venom
That's
before.
why he wants to kill him, because he's paralyzed. Because remember,
Oh.
he was the one that actually got injured when he fell, I believe. Because the symbiote's like, fuck you, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So he can't move his legs. So what he did is he went to Scrap Hoarders and he took War Machine's outfit and part of Green Goblin's and blended them together, and that's why it was all like taped together and shit.
Right. Oh, wow.
And then last but not least, Sins of Norman Osborn. This is really crazy because this kind of throws back to where Peter Parker is captured and he's about to be killed by Sin Eater. They kind of threw a little bit about that in some of the Absolute Carnage issues on the side issues. So you get all these other Spider people. You had Spider Woman, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, and a couple other ones. I don't know what the Scarlet Spider, I think, so the Asian one, the one that's right here.
Yeah.
So now they have to team up and actually kind of go like save. But what Sin Eater is doing is anybody he shoots with his gun, he absorbs their powers.
Oh man, Mega Man.
So he's going after Norman Osborn because Norman is the greatest villain to Spider-Man. And you actually see like Peter and Norman actually have to work together reluctantly, and that's kind of where it like stops. So it's going to get interesting because they're fighting, and all of a sudden they crash into the wall, and all of a sudden you see all the fucking Goblin shit, and he's like, "I think it's time we have to work together," and it just stopped. I was like, "All right, this is going to get fucking sweet."
Yeah, man. Marvel killing the game. All right. Cool. All right. Good shit. Well, as far as what I'm reading, playing, and watching, we pretty much discussed it. I'm actually getting out nerded by Volsker this week because I've only did the Juggernaut and the X of Swords, which, we discussed ad nauseum. And as far as playing, God, I played a little bit of Star Wars MMO, played a little bit of that. And I did, as far as speedrunning Mega Man X, I'm still doing that. And I got down to 1 hour and 11 minutes to 100% complete. And that's down from like
What's
an
the record?
hour. Oh, the record? Oh, it's like 35 minutes. I don't know if that's 100% though. I think that's just pure speedrun. I mean, he doesn't even get all the armor pieces in that game. I think the 100% is more around 45 minutes, but far the fuck away from where I'm at is all. So my next step is to try and get under an hour, and then I'll start to get a little bit excited. But yeah, and watching, absolutely nothing. Like I said, we got to get back to watching The Boys and see how Marty McFly's wife and generic Chris Pratt looking guy do Homelander. I hope he gets his ass kicked soon. And that's
yes.
It. All right.
Yes.
Good. I feel better knowing. I really needed to kind of know because this motherfucker.
Spoiler alert.
Offends me to my soul.
I'm not spoiling anything.
I guess it depends, Jay. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, he gets his ass beat in a very you're not expecting.
Okay.
All right. But yeah.
All right.
We'll see.
That sounds a little greasy.
See how that goes.
Sounds a little greasy. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. That's it. And that's that, guys. Thank you so very much. Had a great show as always. The Omega Level Nerds killing it. Thank you, Volsker, J100, and of course Jelly Rose. Before we go, let's make sure we can find all these wonderful Omega Level Nerds that talk nerdy to us. So, Jelly Rose, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Jelly Rose. And then you can find me at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I forget what it was. At J3LLI3ROS3. I can't remember what my TikTok is, but if you love cat videos, I guess search for both of those and you'll find one.
Oh, it's been well proven. Everybody loves cat videos.
Oh my goodness, my daughter's kitten is nuts, so she's always doing something funny, and I always end up managing to catch a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can catch me there. We're doing split streams right now. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I had my highest peak viewers, guys, on Facebook at 363
wow.
463.
Wow.
So it was only a few minutes, like 5 minutes, and everyone dipped out.
Yeah.
But it's my highest view count on anything ever. It was awesome to see, the viewers go that high.
Yeah.
So it might be, a thing. It's just keeping everybody there.
Now, you said you don't know how long Split is going. Are you thinking about maybe going one platform permanently only?
Yes. It depends on how everything goes. Essentially, what one's pulling more, what one I'm doing more.
Yeah.
I'm either going to pick one or the other, or I'm going to lessen the hours on both of them, because as long as it's going, I can't do that much because it's making me really tired. I'm too old. But we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna run it another month and kind of decide from there.
Awesome. Keep us posted. Maybe the Omega Level Nerds will be coming to Facebook. You never know.
Shit.
J100, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch at J100, JONEHUNDRED. You can find me on YouTube at J100 TV. stream schedules Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I got my Good Morning USA. It's a little morning show. We look at the news. Got Mobile Suit Monday. I'm gonna start my real grade Zaku 2 this week. Actually, no, I take that back. There's the debates this week. I think I have to be live streaming those. And someone told me that they're tomorrow and Tuesday, but I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Let
but
me know.
Trying to get my Zaku 2 done. And Wednesday, we got the book club. So almost forgot. And like the book club is serious. I really want those who are really interested in, I guess, like history of the world to kind of come through, because based off of the existence that I live in on this platform, it seems that people want to say some stuff, but they don't know things, and I'm literally reading it to you. So it would help if we could stop arguments that way. But anyway, so Friday we got Court of Public Opinion. I'm gonna try to do that this week as well. I'll get back into my schedule, swinging things, and Sundays here with the Omega Level Nerds.
Awesome.
By the way, Tuesday 9 to 10:30.
Is it Tuesday? I thought it was Monday too. Okay, perfect.
It's live from Case Western, Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, they're down the streets.
Jay, are you looking to do a watch party or something like that? I'd be interested. I mean, I know I'm not too political, but
I mean, I don't know how it'll work, but I will be on. I'll be streaming it live. So whether it's on stream or Discord, or I don't know how it's all gonna work. I don't know how I'm feeling that day. Maybe if I get banned or something because these motherfuckers coming for me again. We'll see how it goes. But no matter what, I kind of want to, get a group of people to talk about that one.
Okay,
So
cool.
it'll be serious.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep.
Volsker, where can we find you, brother?
Yeah, so it's been a while, but YouTube, pop in Volsker, you can find some videos. Once I get this fucking PC back up, I can do my editing and shit. And then over at Volsker on Twitter, that's at VULSKER. Then I am Volsker on Instagram, where I just literally had my day made by the CEO of Boom Studios talking about my name sounds like I should be a villain of a Power Rangers, which was fucking
cool.
amazing.
That is cool.
And then somebody followed up with a cyborg ninja, and he agreed with that one too. So I was like, that's fucking sweet. And then when I get a chance to stream some more, it will be twitch.tv/Volsker, and then every single Sunday night here with my nerdy homies, Omega Level Nerds.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, you can find your good buddy Dsquare also on Twitter. Where else? At Dsquare72. YouTube, where I think I'm going to start putting this show back now. I think I'm going to get back in the practice of putting this on my YouTube here. So, but definitely want to check out what I got going on there. Just, look at Uncanny X-Men, something like that. You'll see me. Of course, my Twitch, twitch.tv/Dsquare72, where you'll see me do my speed runs and other goofy shit like that. And the show itself, really need more followers. If I get to 300, I can do my giveaway. But of course, so follow the show. Got a bot program to run it at Omega Level Nerds on Twitter. Please go there and give us a follow. I would very, very, very much appreciate that. And of course, superheroespeak.com, where I've got some comic book reviews there. Actually need to get some more out there. Been a little bit slacking on that because of my trek away from civilization this weekend, but definitely go check that out. And of course, every Sunday on the Twitch, Omega Level Nerds, twitch.tv/Omega Level Nerds. Well, I think that covers everything. Of course, Apple Podcast, all that jazz. You can find the audio only version. Probably be up there tomorrow. All right. Thank you all so very much. Thank you, Lights the Kitten. Thank you very, very much. And of course, see you next week. Same time, same bat channel. Peace and love. And I'll talk to you again soon.
See you guys later.
Balls deep.